I'm Phil Duncan. I'm the founder member of the Sussex Arts Collective. The Sussex Arts Collective are holding an exhibition at Arts TheCrypt from the 29th of August to the 13th of September as part of Art Wave 2015 and Seaford Live. The collective consists of about 55 artists, of which 33 are appearing at this current exhibition. We range from all sorts of different art disciplines, from ceramics, glass, fine art painting, printmaking, jewellery, photography, as well as one or two musicians amongst our members too. We formed in 2006 and there was just a handful of us, of about eight or 10 people. And the name came about simply because we needed to have a name for the exhibition. We've kind of gravitated together because we were really a kind of, we had a similar sort of approach. We're all qualified as makers and we all make from scratch. If regardless of whether it's a jeweller or a glass maker or ceramics or painter, everything is from scratch. It's all designed and it's all our own personal designs. The artists that we have a sort of a mutual sense of constructing our work. So very often the exhibitions are really put together, who's available, and also which pieces would suit best with each other as well. I've been practicing as an artist for nearly 20 years now, and exhibiting for probably about 15. Previously I was a retail manager, and then after that I retrained and became a technology and art teacher. I learnt so much by being an art teacher, because as I was teaching the students, I was also learning loads and loads of things as well about my practice and also about the history of art as well. And it's very enriching. I work in ceramics. I hand build pieces of artwork for the garden and for the home. Currently I'm making finials, and the finials fit onto rods, which then go into the garden, and then are used for either tying plants to them, or simply some people just use them as just little kind of sculptural pieces in their garden. It just adds a little bit of flash of humour and colour into the garden. They range from various things like people like to have in their gardens, like birds, fish. They develop them into tugs and little boats. I'm also making little bugs. These pieces are essentially they're just good fun. They're just nice pieces of artwork, ceramics to have. I'm very much into sort of Art Deco, and I think that's strongly reflected through the pieces of garden pieces that I make, is they do have kind of like an Art Deco semi-cubist look about them, and they've got that kind of same sense of humour that Picasso had as well. Picasso's been a major part of my my artistic education. When I was teaching, there was a very, very good exhibition of his at the Royal Academy, and it was about his ceramic work. And one of the pieces I was particularly keen on was his. There was a piece of work which it featured a kind of insect. He had made this kind of strange insect, and it had lots and lots of really nice sketches and drawings of his preparatory work for the ceramics. And it showed how he abstracted from an image like a goat or the bull, which was a very sort of symbolic image for him, and how through one sketch to the other led to this kind of very, very simplistic abstraction, and it was something I particularly sort of picked up on when I was starting to draw and sketch my ideas, was this kind of idea of persistence through the drawing and sketching, and then arriving at a final design at the end. For the future, I plan to start, because we've moved to a bigger studio, I can now start to consider doing some teaching, and I know that there's people very keen to still learn ceramics, and it's quite nice just to be able to open up the studio, just to be able to get people to come in, just make something, just spend some time making and designing, with no kind of real true intention to start with, just simply the joy of making something. So I'd like to do some more teaching. As for the Sussex Arts Collective, it's our big year next year, so it's our 10th year. So we're looking at again expanding and holding more exhibitions.